What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be taking a look at Salt Liquids by CRFT. So as you guys might have noticed, I haven't done a juice review on this channel in a very long time. Now, this one feels a little bit different and a little bit special, and I kind of just wanted to shed some light on the situation because CRFT came out with a line of juice that uses nicotine salts. Now, nicotine salts have been a big thing so far this year, and I feel like it's only going to get bigger. They actually wrote an excellent article on the topic, which I'll of course put a link to in the description below for those of you that are curious, but real quick, I just wanted to read one of the paragraphs out of here. Basically, this has to do with nicotine salts versus free-base nicotine, or the traditional nicotine. Standard free-base nicotine is a single molecule, while nicotine salts are complexes. Nicotine salt is much more suitable to vaporization due to its preferential inhalation characteristics. Nicotine salts also offer a way of stabilizing the nicotine molecule. This extends the shelf life of nicotine by means of making it less prone to oxidation. Certain nicotine salt complexes and the methodologies in which they are prepared are patented by Nude Nicotine. So before I get into this video, I do have to state my intent by saying that I did receive these products for free from the manufacturer for the purpose of making this video. However, they have no monetary value to me, which means my opinions on them will remain honest and unbiased. With that being said, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to the people over at CRFT. They sent me these things along, as well as a MyJet to vape them in, so thank you so much, CRFT. I really do appreciate it. So with all that sciencey stuff out of the way, what flavors do they come in and where can you get this stuff? Well, first and foremost, they come in 4 different flavors: apple, mango, mint, and tobacco, and you can get them by clicking the link down there in the description. MSRP on the bottles is $20 for a 30 ml, and they're only available currently in one nicotine strength, which is 4% or 40 milligrams. So with that, make sure you use my coupon code DailyVapeTV for 15% off any single bottle of salt e-liquid. So anyways, let's get right into the review. First and foremost, we're going to be trying the tobacco flavor. I've got it loaded up in my MyJet here, which we will be taking a look at first. So let's go ahead and have a vape. You know what this stuff really reminds me of is the Tobacco Trail pods by Cutwood that I tried for the Von Earl. Has that very similar flavor, kind of a honey-ish tobacco. It's not too dry. It's definitely more on the kind of sweeter side of the tobacco, but with that, I get a nice strong throat hit to it. In fact, I would put this a little bit above the throat hit of the 12 milligram pods that I tried out from Cutwood. However, for being 40 milligrams of nicotine, it's going to hit you a lot harder, but it doesn't have that really harsh throat hit that you would expect from 40 milligrams of nicotine. Now, I am doing mouth to lung inhales on this, which is kind of no surprise there. I feel like if I tried to direct lung inhale this stuff here, it just wouldn't work out in my favor. In fact, this is not intended to use for sub-ohm devices, so I hate to break it to you guys, but I would definitely not recommend it in your normal TFV8 or something like that. But for those of you out there that want to refill pods, or use it on something like the Me 1 or something like that, with a 1+ ohm coil, obviously, I would say go for it, because it's very much enjoyable like that. So let's have another puff here. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of tobacco flavors in general, but I could see myself vaping this one, and that is saying a lot for me because I've never really enjoyed a lot of tobaccos out there, but I find that they go really well with a lot of the booze that I drink, or, beer that I drink. I pair it up with a good tobacco vape, and if you guys like, bourbon or anything like that, then you guys can definitely appreciate the value of a good tobacco vape. So if you're, kind of the connoisseur of that sort of thing, definitely give this one a shot. I'm not going to give these proper ratings as far as flavor, vapor, throat hit, or anything like that, because this isn't that type of juice review. I'm basically just giving you my subjective opinion on the flavors themselves. So with that, the flavor on this one is excellent. So there we go. Let's go ahead and move on to our next one. All right, so next up we've got the mint flavor. Now, the mint pods are what I generally go to when it comes to another similar pod system out there. And that's kind of where I'm drawing my baseline comparison. So hopefully it stacks up pretty good, because a lot of times it's hard to find, similar pod systems out there with that good of a mint flavor. I like a good kind of slightly sweet mint, but also cool as well. So I'm looking for the menthol content as well as the kind of sweetness and the flavor overall for this one here. So let's go ahead and take a drag. So the sweetness of the mint really plays a big part with this flavor here because it's definitely a lot sweeter than I was expecting. I would say if I were to compare it to something that I've had in the past, it'd be like chewing a stick of spearmint gum. That's definitely the most accurate comparison that I would have to this one. It's almost like toothpaste in that kind of sort of refreshing sense. It kind of, you know, has that little bit of cool menthol hit to it, but it's not an overwhelming amount. I was expecting a lot more menthol, but it has that nice little spearmint spiciness, which is a nice touch as well. It's a very accurate mint flavor, which is definitely hard to find. If I were to compare it to the Juul pods, it's a little bit sweeter, it's a little bit mintier, and it's not quite as mentholy, if that makes any sense to you Juul users out there. It's a pretty close comparison, but this one has a little bit more on the flavor department in my personal opinion. So definitely enjoying it. I feel like the Juul is a totally different animal when it comes to the mint department, but I feel like I can enjoy both of them equally, yet separately, if that makes any sense to you guys. So there you go. That's kind of my analysis of that one. Let's go ahead and have another puff. Yeah, so definitely on that second hit, I got a lot of that spearmint spiciness, which is a really good thing in my opinion. It's very, very natural tasting. I mean, growing up, I used to find wild spearmint growing along the side of a path on my way to school, and I used to pick it right off the ground and chew on it. So that is totally reminding me of that, which is in no way a bad thing. I think this is probably one of the more natural tasting mints I've tried with just a subtle hint of coolness. Next up, we've got one of two fruity flavors. This one is the mango. So this one I'm going to be a little bit more critical with because mango comes in as a close second to peach for my overall favorite flavor profiles in the vape world. But with that, I feel like I'm just going to judge this one a little bit extra harshly because I just like the flavor so much and I have this kind of set expectation in my mind. So with that, let's go ahead and try this one out. So right away, what I get is a rush of natural mango flavor, and that is a good thing to me. I like the natural tasting mango when it comes to vaping it, but for me, I was expecting a little tiny bit sweeter. It is on the sweeter side, and comparing it to the Juul pods, I would say it's much sweeter. The mango in the Juul pods is a much drier kind of mango flavor. With this one here, it's a little bit more candy-ish, but it's not quite 100% there, up to that kind of standard. But as far as the natural mango is concerned, it is really, really good. Yeah, the flavor on this one is fantastic. Really enjoying it. I could definitely see myself vaping this one all day long. And yeah, I think this one will stick around in the pod system long after this review is done. So let's go ahead and have another puff. And last but not least, we have apple. So I haven't tried too many apple flavors in my time of vaping, at least not straight up plain old apple flavors. However, one sticks out in my mind, which is the Peel e-liquids flavor, which was the just plain old apple flavor that I got in my Craft Vapory box a couple months ago. So that's kind of the standard that I'm going to be judging this one off of. With that, I don't know how good I can kind of compare the two. I went through that bottle really, really quickly, and I didn't really have time enough to really savor that flavor, but definitely looking forward to this one here, so let's go ahead and try it out. This one is very close to the Peel flavor that I tried. So like I said, I don't have a whole heck of a lot of comparison, but as far as the flavor is concerned on this one, it is top notch. I really, really like the apple flavor. And yeah, I could see myself vaping this one all day long. It's definitely that all day vape for me, without a doubt. So with that, they did a great job on this one here. Actually, I think that the throat hit isn't quite as prevalent in this one as compared to the rest of them. Maybe it's just me, maybe my throat's just getting used to it after this little trial here, but with that, this has a very similar throat hit to what I'm normally used to on my bigger rigs. So yeah, that's also enjoyable too, because, you know, I want a throat hit, but I don't want something that's gonna, you know, absolutely destroy my throat as well. So with that, they did a great job. I'm gonna have another puff. One thing I really like about this one is that it's really sweet. It's not too sweet, like sugary kind of candy sweet, but it's just the right amount of sweetness to kind of make your mouth water and just, you know, get your taste buds going a little bit. And it's just different enough, you know, from all the other flavors that I've tried, hundreds, maybe even thousands of flavors that I've tried in the past. This one is just a little bit different. So very well done, Craft. I am very impressed by this line. I think they did an excellent job with all of them. I would recommend all of them. Nothing really sticks out in my mind that I absolutely hate about any particular one of these flavors. So for those of you out there that are looking for a little bit extra kick in your nicotine level, make sure you give these guys a look. Don't forget also, link is in the description, and use the coupon code DailyVapeTV for 15% off any single bottle of salt liquids. So yeah, that about wraps up this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Of course, leave me comments in the box below about anything you want to discuss. Also, check out my social media and advocacy links in the box below. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and as always, vape on!